Welcome back, everyone, to another one take. You guys seem to really enjoy the Yamato one, and I did too. I think there's a lot of solid information that I can give you guys in these videos. They're all going to be slightly different, obviously, because we're only doing a single or two games total, and there's really can't cover everything about a ship, but giving you a nice realistic look at the ships. So this is what I'm running on Montana. We're looking at the other oldest battleship in the game, being Montana and Yamato. I think it's a reasonable place to start just to see where these two ships are at. This is the build I'm running right now, and we might switch it up for the second game, but we're going for a full tank build with a little bit of anti-aircraft. And I know, you might be thinking that's crazy, but running a couple modules might allow me to shoot down a few more planes, sorry, the upgrades, especially on the commander. Getting an extra flak puff might make him eat another little bit of flak from the planes, and it's gone reasonably well on Ohio when I've actually done some of these AA builds. So worth a shot on the Montana. I actually haven't played this ship in a long time, and that's primarily because of Ohio. I'll be honest, guys. Ohio seems to fit the meta just a little bit better. Better rudder shift. Both heals are actually very good for different reasons. Montana, you of course heal more. Ohio, you get the faster cooldown, of course. Ohio just has overmatch and slightly better dispersion than Montana. Of course, less guns, but a better reload as well. You also get the secondaries. So if you have an Ohio, there's not as much reason to play Montana. Of course, what Montana does best, it crushes broadsides. I'm sure a lot of you have seen what myself and Dank, William the Dank, have done in Kings of the Sea games in the past with Montanas, especially back in the day when less cruisers had 30 millimeters of armor. That's, of course, the big weakness of a Montana with 406 millimeter guns. You don't have overmatch on a lot of ships these days. So you need to pick your fights well, and positioning your ship on broadsides is a really, really good place to start. Of course, Montana also is very difficult to kill. That's one of the reasons it's used in competitive sometimes, is just that it's a very good tank. You get a 38mm deck, which is going to shatter a lot of HE, 38mm upper belt, which is also going to shatter a lot of HE, and of course this heal, as well as the legendary mod, or unique upgrade. You noticed I was running that. Yes, it's worse than it was before. It used to do 30% less flooding and fire damage, but now it's only 10% for each. So it used to be amazing. Now it's just kind of okay. It gives you a better rudder shift as well, and well, it does still make the Montana hard to take down. Basically, the reason I'm running it is it allows me to not take basics of survivability, or as it's now called, survivability expert, which gives you 15% reduced flooding and fire time. This allows me to take another AA skill. We'll see if that actually comes into play this game, because we're not in a CV game, which is pretty incredible. Now, what I'm doing here is I'm trying to push in to these islands. My team hopefully is going to go to the flank, and having a crossfire through here is a really, really good idea. And in fact, I'm going to turn my turrets to the side because there's no CV. A bad position to take is right on this island when there's a CV in the game, because he'll just fly over the island and strike you over and over and over and over again. When there's no CV, it's an amazing position. It almost hard stops the entire enemy team from pushing this flank. Because the instant they start to push up here, they're giving broadside to you. And assuming you have your teammates here, you're going to do a great job of crossfiring them and killing them all. Now we're noticing that pretty much all the tier 10s are over on this other flank. Montana, Conqueror, and Stalingrad. So we're not going to do too well on that side as a team, more than likely. Now, something very interesting about the Montana is that you can take range mod in the 3rd upgrade slot. It doesn't take up your 6th slot. And Montana, of course, being an American battleship, also gets the perk of being able to take an accuracy mod in slot 6. I do think it's better to take accuracy than reload on this ship. Your goal is alpha strikes on broadsides, and everything you can do in your power to make that happen is going to be a good thing, honestly. And that's why, yeah, you sacrifice some DPM, but I think it's worth it to get the better accuracy. It's still not going to be amazing, but Montana is known to have some pretty deadly salvos when you can catch these broadsides. You notice I'm using this island as a torpedo shield. The DD is somewhere around here. Speaking of devastating salvos. It's so good. You notice last time in the Yamato, I was up here, and that was on Land of Fire. I was the one preventing the enemy team from being able to push this flank without, you know, being able to just angle into the my entire team. Well, this game, we're the ones stopping them from pushing this flank, and our Bismarck is the one helping provide the crossfire. You always want crossfires. You don't want to just sit middle, and you don't want to just sit on the flank. Your goal is to find a crossfire. It's really, really, really important. Yes, Bismarck, I am helping you. We are trying to kill this Lepanto, aren't we? Ricochets. I probably aimed it a little high. Probably bounced off his deck. That's okay, though. I've reversed out too far here, so the torps could come through here, so I'm actually going to push up again. But it seems to me their team isn't that strong here. The problem is we don't have any way of pushing because they have destroyers over here. We don't know how many, but, well, it might be time to actually rotate to the other side of the map. I don't know if I want to do that just yet, but it might be time to rotate to the other side of the map. They are starting to push there, and, well, it looks like there's not that many strong ships over here. Lepanto turns out, that's fine. I'm getting greedy for broadside shots on him, thinking he's just going to sit flat broadside to me. Yeah, so they only have Amalfi, Alabama, Buffalo, and Lepanto. As long as I help them kill this Lepanto, I think we'll be fine over here as long as people don't overcommit into a destroyer. The main issue is the other flank. That's what I think is going to be a problem. We're going to hold our shot just a little bit. This Lepanto will be forced to turn on the border. And he hasn't quite lost all his speed yet, so we're still going to aim like he's going full speed flat broadside to us. Because the border forces all of your speed in the horizontal direction, even if you're angled like this. So if you aim like they're flat broadside to you, this is only when they've, you know, still got some speed, you can actually hit them very easily. It's hard to aim on the border. It's something you got to get used to, but that is something you can definitely do. We're rotating away because we have a Smalland trying to do some work over here. You can see how far back our Marceau is. And, well, it seems like we can't really do much over on that side of the map. So I'm actually going to rotate and try and kill off the Conqueror, especially, is going to be the big one to deal with. Harugumo as well. But, you know, Tirpitz, Montana, that kind of thing. Our Kitakazi is going down the middle of the map. It's not a bad play as long as he doesn't overcommit. It will force people to rotate back, and that is really, really good. And it'll force... Spotted. From out here. I bet that's the Harugumo. Actually, no, I don't know where that's from. That's weird. That's a really weird spot. I don't know where I'm getting lit from. Sometimes it's hard to know. Could be from... I feel like that has to be the Harugumo, right? Unless there's a DD up here. That'd be spooky. Regardless, it's really hard to push on a flank where you don't have destroyer help. Our Marceau might end up taking down the Holland. It's not looking so good for him. He played really far at the back passively, and now he's kind of YOLO'd into this Smalland. And there is an Amalfi backing him up. That Holland, so it's likely that our Marceau is going to go down. Which is unfortunate, because that means our only DD over there is dead. So the Bismarck and Lenin are going to have to run away. And we need to win this flank now. That's really, really, really important that we win this flank. We know the Harugumo is kind of up here in this smoke. So what I think I'm going to do is I'm actually going to nose into D and try and push through D. I think that's the play. We'll catch a broadside on the Tirpitz while we're going. Unfortunately, our Bismarck is turned back in. So when you lose one side of the map like this, because this side is definitely lost, you do need to win the other flank. So it's really important that we push here. Again, Conquer on the border. Aim like he's going semi-full speed. Well, he's dead. Nice. And now we'll focus the Tirpitz. Tirpitz shooting HE is really, really not a big deal. And as long as we keep our bow towards the Montana and the Stalingrad, we'll be okay. We're not even lit. That's very, very good. It means the Harugumo's not really that close, and I should have a free push here. Hopefully with my team's support, we'll be able to take these guys down. And in fact, I think I'm going to get ready for this Stalingrad. Or a broadside Montana? Oh my goodness, what a treat. What a treat. Alright, we're going to pop our plane. That doesn't do much, but a little bit more range gives you a bit more increased accuracy. And we're going to hope for citadels. It's looking okay! And that's why you bring a Montana. Oh man, so good. So good. This ship is still great, honestly. I don't know if I would recommend grinding it these days, because 406s can be tough if you don't get broadsides. But man, when you get them, oh, it feels so good. It feels so good. Tirpitz is firing HE. That is not a big deal to us at all. We have so much healing that fires don't really mean much at this point. Ah, a little high. Got some overpens. Alright, so Monty's dead. Stalingrad is really low. So this is a great push. This is a really, really good opportunity to push. As long as these guys don't die too quickly, the Bismarck and the and Lenin, we're in great shape right now, honestly. Unfortunately, our Kitakazi is just YOLOing? See, paying attention to the map is really important in this game. Knowing what's going on is a really, really big deal. Their Harugumo was coming back. I was worried about that. Well, we're gonna eat 2 Torps. Something you're gonna notice is I damage conned a long time ago. It's still up. Pretty incredible, right? Pretty incredible. And because of that, I'm actually not flooding at the moment. This Harugumo is going to be very, very, very annoying, so we're going to try and angle to him and run away from him as quickly as possible. Actually, I don't like my position at all right now. Kind of surrounded. So what we're going to do is we're going to get in behind this island. We'll need to angle to all these guys. Yeah, this is a rough game. This push was a little ill-advised, but I think I can make it work. Turn our guns to the other side of the map. Oh, we overpenned the Tirpitz again. This guy's getting incredibly lucky. If those are full pens and not overpens, dude, I'm pretty sure this guy would have died already. You can get 30k salvos pretty easily into a Tirpitz. Not guaranteed, but you can do it. It's pretty incredible. And we're angling. The Amalfi is the one we want to shoot at. We'll request support. Hopefully our team is able to help us. 1 set of Harugumo Torps over there. Very good. And we're going to just slow down here. Just in case he's used his torpedo reload boost and sent Torps here. Hopefully that's not the case. Really wish our Smelin had played more aggressively. If you're a DD and you see a battleship pushing, you really, really should be pushing with them. Harugumo makes a mistake. I'm good with that. And look at our big heals. Bringing us back into the fight. And now we got to kill this Tirpitz. It's actually super important. We have no pressure on our caps at the moment. We're up on caps, we're up on points. So what we need to do is clear the flank. It's really, really important that you don't let a Tirpitz just sit on your flank. Or anything, really. But a Tirpitz is really, really bad on a flank. Because you're just going to take a bunch of AP hits while this guy's shooting HE. But yeah, you're going to take some big hits, and it won't go so well. You'll get caught in a broadside between a Lepanto and a Tirpitz, and an Amalfi and a Z44, all that stuff. So it's more important right now to clear this Tirpitz than it is to get the caps back. My aim has been pretty poor on this guy, or I've just been getting really unlucky. This should be a big hit, I think. I think I aimed this properly. Yeah, there you go. See, 7 full pens, you get 21,000 damage. Pretty solid, honestly. Z44, if I had an angle, I would... Ooh, Lepanto shooting AP. Okay, he did not kill us. Very good. That should kill the Tirpitz. If it doesn't, I'll swing my front guns for him. But now I want to help my Smalland, because now he's playing too aggressive. Oh, he got a heal off, didn't he? Yep. Well, regardless, I think the Z44 will go down, and we'll turn our turrets to the other side. Something that would be useful, of course, is any of the turret traverse mods. Either one, honestly. You could not run range. Honestly, it's probably better to not run the range mod. But, ooh, that was a citadel. At that angle? From a Lepanto. Damn. Unfortunate. So we've eaten a lot of permanent damage this game. We ate torpedoes in our push-in. There's our high caliber. We did 10,000 damage to that Tirpitz bow in. Pretty nuts. Now, both these guys use their fuel smokes. So, that means we're in pretty good shape here. I'm going to go dark here. Yes. Yes, of course. And I am going to use a heal. We have 3 heals left. There's no point in saving them. You can only heal up to a maximum of like 30,000 HP. And the key is going to be getting the next heal back up. That's going to be the thing that helps us in this fight, since we don't have a lot of extra healing. A decent game, not tanking, but of doing damage. Nearly 200k already. That's already much better than my average in Montana. So, Monty's still a good ship, but of course we got lucky this game. No carrier. We also didn't have to deal with a bunch of the tier 10 ships. Now, I don't think we can Citadel Lepanto, but we will get some huge pen damage. Look at that, 11 full pens. When the dispersion works, oh my goodness, is this ship amazing. I actually really like this ship still, honestly. Part of it is probably down to winning some Kings of the Seas within this ship. I'm sure that's a part of it, but honestly, it's still a pretty decent ship. I'm actually not going to get my back guns off right now. I'm going to wait until he shoots, because Sap is going to do a ton of damage to me if I give him an angle. We just need to live. 13,000 HP is not a bad number to be at. Not a good number, but it's not a bad number either. We got our damage control, so if one of his secondaries lights a fire, we're good. We get the kill. There it is, of course, the last secondary to hit me. And you notice, just by our doing that early heal, we lived. It was very, very good. We're still ahead on points, even though the enemy team is about to triple cap us. We're still ahead on points. That's why looking at the clock, looking at the cap and the tick zones is really, really important in games. It tells you what you need to focus on. If we weren't ahead on points and caps earlier, I would have definitely focused on maintaining and getting caps. But instead, because we had that extra point lead, we could focus on clearing out the flanks. And now, what we've done is we've turned this game around. Well, it's kind of always in our favor, but it's really, really nice that we were able to clear out the flanks, that we didn't have to deal with, you know, a Tirpitz and a Lepanto just sitting down here on our flank. You know, that is tough to deal with. Very, very tough. Now, I am going to stop here. I am not going to go up yet. The guy goes dark, unfortunately, but the Alabama is pushing in. So we're just going to sit here angled to him, and we're just going to try and kill him. Straight up. He's turning in. So we'll put that shot there. And our Iowa got a shot as well. So this is a lot of American 406s going in. Yep, we got 17k. I'm not sure our Iowa did much damage, but that's okay. We'll just get a finishing shot here, and then I'm going to go. Now we're going to go up the mid. I'm going to keep my guns for this Amalfi if required. Holland is behind us. Actually, you know what? I'm not going to go for the cap. I think we're going to go for the kill. We're so far ahead. We're so unbelievably far ahead that it doesn't even matter on caps anymore. I think that Holland is likely going to die. It's a GK and a Talon. So I'm not even going to turn my guns for him. I think the curve first will get him here. Yep. Let's see if we can get a 4th kill. No Kraken, unfortunately, but pretty monster game. And here we go, the backseat gamers in chat. You just gotta ignore them. Don't pay them any attention. People in in-game chat have no clue what they're talking about. Absolutely zero clue. So yeah, just ignore them. Honestly, an even better thing to do would be possibly to... Oh my goodness, we absolutely crushed that guy. That's a lucky Citadel if I've ever seen one. And that's where I say, I wish this game was more predictable. I wish I would punish broadsides like that I did to that guy when he was angled, and I wouldn't get that kind of damage when he's angled. I'm serious. I wish I did not get that salvo. Let me turn back. Put that out. See if we can grab that kill real quick. Yeah, I wish I would do more consistent damage to broadsides and less damage when people are angled. That's a weird bug. Hopefully we get a loading screen or a end screen, because that was an incredible match. A pretty solid push through. I think we timed that reasonably well. I could have done a better job of avoiding the torpedoes, but not bad. Whenever Wargaming deems it correct, I will get my results screen, and then I'll be able to show those to you. Wargaming? Oh, these bugs, man. Just a little bit of quality assurance, man. Just a little bit would go a long way. A great game, honestly. I had a lot of fun with that one. And honestly, that's not a normal Montana game. I know this series is supposed to be about a normal Montana game, but we hit that Tirpitz 50 times for 92k. Oh man, and he was broadside a lot. We must have overpenned him a ton. That's crazy. You know what? Let's play another one. Let's just go into another one, and maybe it'll be a little bit more reasonable and representative of a normal Montana game. We just got incredibly lucky with Matchmaker. That's all that was. I don't really know what else to say other than that. Yes, I played it well. Yes, I pushed at the right time, held at the right time, that kind of thing. But yeah, honestly, that's not a normal experience. I'll take it though. That's one of the nice things about these live games. Every once in a while, I'll get an incredibly good game like that. Here we go. Here we go. Still not that many tier 10s, but we at least get a CV. And it's a Kaga. Yes, it's tier 8, but maybe he'll come after me. So, what we're going to see is that our team is pretty heavy north. Yeah, our team's very heavy north. And it's a weird way to spawn things because we don't have a DD down south. So what we're going to do is actually go south. Because it's very likely our Iowa and Kremlin come north. A lot of people, when they spawn south without a DD to help them, and they're kind of alone like that, they'll often just leave that flank. And we can't allow the enemy team to just flank us for free. I hope this triple destroyer division plays this well and doesn't screw everything up. If they go all to C or something like that, this will be a really rough game to play. It looks like they're going in for B, and honestly, that's a pretty good option. What I'm actually going to do then, because they're going, I don't know about aggressive, but they'll go a little bit aggressive. I want to be in range to be able to help them and shoot a destroyer that they find. Which will be a Fletcher or a Z52, because we've already spotted 2 of their DDs. Should always be looking to be aware of where ships are. That's really, really important. Conquer Vladivostok's up here, meaning there's probably a Monty down here, and maybe a Palmer and that kind of thing. Always trying to figure out what you're going to be fighting, and that gives you a good frame of reference of where you should position. Can I overmatch these people, you know, when you're at a battleship? Are these people that are going to likely be kiting? Are they going to be pushing, right? You need to think about these things. How do I get crossfires? How do I get good, accurate shots in, right? If my Kremlin and Iowa decided to go down here, I would stay up here, you know, because then we have a crossfire down here. Always looking to set one of those up. I am spotted. That means something is in this cap, and for sure, because the cap is contested. The interesting thing will be is these guys all have horrible concealment, so they're going to get outspotted eventually. It'll be very interesting to see what happens there. Montana south is coming north. That's big. That's big news. Why is that big news? Because it means they're going to be weak at A. We're pretty weak at A, but so are they going to be weak at A. Monty got a pretty good hit into us there, and he slowed down and turned in. So this guy knows what he's doing. So instead of aiming where he's going to go, we're going to start aiming where we think he's going to go. That's going to be the play. That will be the play for us. When people know how to dodge, you can't just aim where they're going because, well, they're going to change their direction, they're going to change their speed. Hopefully these guys all come south. That would actually be very good. If we can hold up here, and then we take A and force them up, then we can get a big ring here, and it's going to be very hard for them to actually take any ground. This guy's just going to turn in again, right? Yep, that guy's turning in again. And there's a Cleveland in the open who's likely going to focus our DDs. So, let's shoot him. Now, Clevelands often get overpenned because they're very skinny, and their citadels get overpenned a lot. But sometimes they get absolutely crushed. All right, we're having a good time. See, and I wish that was consistent. But at the same time, I don't want to crush that Cleveland when he's angled. That's the important distinction here. I don't want to just overpoweredly buff battleships. I want to make it so that when you make a mistake in a ship, you get punished. When you angle and you play smart, you're good to go, right? Like you take less damage. That would be my goal with balancing this game a little bit. I'm not sure if that's something that is feasible. We can get over that island. Oh, we can get... Oh no, Monty's on our side. Dude, I want to shoot that CV so bad. Alright, keep that in mind. We can get over this island to this Kaga. Keep that in the back of our heads. And this is something that I have practiced doing because, well, for Kings of the Sea, we would often send a Montana south and a Montana north, and then look at the range. You just crossfire everything into oblivion in the Montanas. Oh, unfortunate. We're eating 3 Z-torps. Too bad. That will hurt a lot. This Montana's turning out. We get our plane up to get some spotting. Are you kidding me? You should get him spotted here. Hopefully Citadels? Yes, a double again. Oh my goodness. This is not normal Montana games. I don't know what's happening, but I'm actually Citadeling things. This is crazy. Maybe this ship is better than I thought. I'm not tanking particularly well. You can see we haven't even used a heal, and it's all permanent damage so far, so that's a little disappointing. Angled angled German battleship. Just aim for the superstructure. Easy peasy. That simple. Yep, 14,000 into a superstructure. Poor German battleships, man. Do I get undetected here? I think I do. Yeah. Turns okay then. Ah, the Kaga left. That's so sad. I would have loved to hit that shot on him. This Montana's probably going to go down, but we'll shoot him anyway just to guarantee it. If that Vladivostok stops there, maybe I'll shoot him? That might not be the play. Only 3,000. You can see Montana's superstructure is harder to deal damage to. But we'll shoot this Pomeranian again here, and I'll just show, we'll do it again. I'll just show you how consistent it is. It's actually kind of crazy how consistent it is. Of course, if this Monty decides to give flat broadside, well, I mean, surely we're not going to deny him a salvo, right? Something we do have to be aware of. He's the carrier coming in. I think I didn't lead that enough. Too bad. Yep, poor aim. With the carrier coming in like this, I want to support my Kremlin with AA. Kremlin has very good AA. It just gets killed very quickly. That's the Kremlin's issue. Its AA doesn't last through a game. Any bit of HE spam gets rid of it. So, as a Monty, we can support him with that. Trying to finish off targets, of course. That's always a good way to play. And we just stole that with 18 health. That sucks for me. Or that sucks for whoever else that was. I don't want to just kill steal things. That's not the goal. But it happened that time. Montana's looking at me. So we turn in. A lot of torps down here, man. Wow. I guess it is a Fletcher, and there was a Z here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my guns to the other flank. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this island between me and the Montana. And this isolates the bomber. Right? We're also, you know, if the Monty does get a shot, we're also angled. But he's turning broadside right now. So we're going to try and shoot over that. Maybe it gets over? Oh, we got one over. Citadels, too high. Too high. That's unfortunate. Pommern has torpedoes, so we gotta be careful of that. He's at low enough health, though. I don't think we're actually gonna run into them. And I don't believe he had the angle to get them this way. And by going behind this island, it makes it really hard for him to torp me. He has angle for me right now, but they would hit the island, right? That's the key there. Keeps me safe. We'll use our first heal. Unfortunately, we've done a horrible job of tanking, but that's okay. Our Kremlin's alive. Our DDs are alive. And, well, there is a Fletcher around still, so we have to be a little bit careful of that. Likely what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to come out of this gap. And I'm just going to turn in like this and cut across. Hopefully our DDs don't go after him. But looks like a pretty easy game, honestly. Those are both some pretty solid matches, though. I think we played them both pretty well. This is a more normal game as far as damage is concerned, I would say. 123. I'm probably averaging around 140 in this ship, something like that. Maybe a little less. Keep in mind, these two battleships, Yamato and Montana, they're the first tier 10 ships I ever had in this game. And I still like both of them. Just don't play them that much. That's bad. He definitely torped me. If he's trying to gunboat Utiloi, he definitely torped me. And something else you're going to notice, we can swap to HE in a matter of seconds. Montana HE is surprisingly good. Surprisingly good. Especially if you can get all guns. Keep in mind, this is only front guns what we're shooting right now. Yeah, we're gonna need these. Lots of torp damage. Still, front guns, 4 hits. 5,000 damage. And that's the beautiful thing about these special American commanders. They allow you to do this. We're gonna want AP for this Kaga, right? Well, we don't have it. Well, what if we just have it in a matter of like 6 seconds? Right, so you wait till you're loaded, swap, there it is. About a Des Moines level reload just to swap shells. This guy probably dies to the Schultz, but we'll still shoot anyway. No harm in not shooting him. Then we're on to the Vladivostok. Ah, no, Schultz has him. He just got a huge hit into him. There it is. That's the game. Well, a little bit more normal this time around. But I think I showed you the potential this ship has. It's pretty good. Unfortunately, I didn't really get a good tanking game. Tanks HE and AP very well. As long as you're not eating citadels and torpedoes, you can heal a massive amount of HP back. The heals are like 23,000 HP each. It's huge. It's actually gigantic. You heal over 100,000 HP throughout a game. Effectively, I think you can nearly have 200,000 HP on your Montana, assuming the HP you're taking and the damage you're taking is all healable. It's a good ship still. If you've got this ship, it's not bad. It's just not as easy to play as something that overmatches everything. You know, you need to get lucky with Matchmaker, getting things that you overmatch with your 406s, or you need to get lucky with people just showing you broadside. That definitely helps out. Didn't show you the AA, but these two upgrades are useful. A full AA build, if you really hate planes, actually can do pretty good work. I've done this on Ohio, and it does some pretty solid plane damage. Unfortunately, though, auxiliary armaments is not as useful on Montana as it is on Ohio because you're not running secondary builds on this thing. So, that's the Montana. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.